Hello, familia, and welcome to the DeepStone Crypt. Hi, I'm Shy, the demonic AI, and here I'm going to show you some quick and easy methods for the encounters and show you how my friends and I like to do things. For some people, it might not be the most efficient ways for some encounters, aka 4-bomb strat for Tanics, but this is the best way to help those Sherpa people, not to mention make things more chill. Because honestly, you don't want to make the encounters stressful. And this is the best method that we could come up with to do just that. Here in the tundra, just follow the paths. In most cases, people say it's too dizzy, too bland, whatever. They can't see the areas. But if you follow the seeker mines as well as the lights, you'll get by without any issue. It's all just follow mines, go to the lights. Follow mines, go to the lights. If you're too slow though, the frostbite debuff will kill you at times 10 stack. So put your foot down, don't chill, don't look around. Pardon the pun. But yeah, in each one of the domes you're going to have 3 Dark Council members. You don't have to kill them, but you can. Cough cough, watch out for any trolling of your friends. Yeah, I murdered them, but I mean, they know it's me. But yeah, you see the mine and then lights. Mines will guide you always. So if you're ever lost, just look for mine. You can jump up, look around. You have time. This is not a timed encounter. You can be relaxed here. But yeah, go from here, you go up to the left, follow it again, you'll see more mines, you'll see more lights. It is that easy. Lights, mines, lights, mines. They guide you. And then from this part, you're going into some caves. Once again, the statement of going into the lights, going into the mines. Make sure you go around the mines though, because they will slow you down. And again, if you get the times 10 frostbite, you will die. I got killed by the brig though. That's something else. If this is your first encounter, ignore doing this because honestly, I'd rather you get the most out of your chest. But if you don't care and you just want the spoils of conquest, by all means, get the secret chest. Otherwise, avoid it until you've actually done the raid so you actually can get some loot out of it. So, it's up to you. Welcome to the security encounter of the DeepStone Crypt. What's going to happen here is you are trying to breach the security by destroying some fuses in a specific order. How to do this? Well, there's a lot of methods a lot of groups do, but what I'm going to show you is a simplified method that my group has come up with. Of course, it's not saying that any of the other methods is bad. It just means there's other ways to do things. In my group's case, we say for the fuses on the light side of the room, fuse 1 on the left is light left, light middle, and light right. And same thing for the dark zone. Yes, we're going to change up how the scanner does its job, because normally when you go down below, so right here we're showing you this, we actually number it from L, as in the dark side, and R, which is the light side, from 1 through 5. I'm just gathering my friends real quick. As you can see here, on the other side of this pillar is L1. L1. Other side of this one, L2. L3 against the wall, L4 on the pillar, and L5 on that wall. Now if we go to the other side, again coming in from where you actually come in for, of course, operator, R1, R2, R3 on this pole, R4, and R5 is on the wall. So the thing that I do differently than other groups is other groups still have the scanners look from the glass down to get the actual callouts, and then they'll swap it out to the other side to do that. Granted, it is a doable method, just like renaming everything is also a valid method. It's just, in terms of efficiency and speed, not so much. You're going to see a slight fail in this run because we were teaching 2 new people this method and they were kind of a little slow on sending down the buff. So I'm going to die. But that being said, if your team is efficient and good at what they do, it'll be simple, clean, and so fast. What weapons you're going to want here is either a good grenade launcher, xenophage, or even Warcliffe Coil. By the way, Warcliffe with a well will one-shot any one of those fuses. Otherwise, just shoot them until they blow up, and then move on to the next one. Mind you, if you shoot the wrong fuse, you will wipe the team. So listen for the calls. So, that being said, let's get right into the show. So, as you can see here, I'm grabbing the operator buff and going immediately down below. So, what is different than other teams? 1, taking the operator right now straight down, and 2, watch what I'm about to do. I'm slamming it immediately in. One of my partners will pick it up from above, and then what we would be waiting for would be the scanner buff to come down below. Mind you, this is all timed. So if you do not get this quickly, you will kill your partner that is going down in the crypt like here. So as you can see, I was waiting for one person to actually deposit the scanner, but still, you can move fast. Not 1, so it's L2, L5. Now we're on the right side. Checking R1, checking R2, R3, and R5. So we have the call, but if it was fast enough, I would have been out of that door already because the second operator, as you see right there, would be going down below. And then they would then shoot the 4 callouts instead of taking another transfer, waiting for somebody to look into the glass and then get the calls. So it saves you some time, and people do make mistakes. People have to get into the right angles to see the pads, but if you have somebody down below, really, you're fine. It's easy, fast, and simple. And that's what we do here. We're like simplified methods. So he's already shot them all. He's setting up operator. I'm taking it back. And then we're putting back down the scanner. And now he's going to call out the dark or light. And we move accordingly. So let's wait. Do 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 do. So now, since he already has the scanner, he's going to make the calls, and I'm going to go down with the operator and just do the instant 4 bake and wait for the scanner to come back to me. So I just heard the 4 calls. Free my scanner buddy. Love you, Otter. And now I don't have to wait for them to transfer a scanner to the other side or anything because I already have it. All the knowledge, quick and easy. And this is where the difference between our group and others come into play, because people are taking the time to swap the buffs, and it's so convoluted because you make it more difficult than it has to be. And see that? We started DPS immediately. So now you see it is light left and then dark left that's left. And we're done the encounter. Oh my. Alright, let's move on to Atrax 1, the Fallen Exo. Welcome to my favorite encounter of this raid, Atrax 1, the Fallen Exo. The reason why I like this encounter is because of how mechanic driven it is. Everybody will have a role to play. If one person fucks up, your entire team can die. All because of a simple mistake. So, listen carefully and I will guide you through this. At the beginning, there's going to be pods that will come down. At this point, you're going to send 3 people up and keep 3 people on the ground floor. When you go to the pods, you're actually being sent into the space station. The people on the ground floor are going to be killing ads, servitors, and getting the operator buff off of Vandal. The operator buff's main point here is to shoot the pods down and to open the safety locks for the airlocks. They'll be glowing red when you see them. You have to have the operator buff to see that though. Not to mention, operator buff allows you to shoot off the Atrax virus that will count down. If that countdown gets to 0, Atrax is going to pull an alien resurrection and rip your chest open and kill your friends. So, kind of important to pay attention to that timer. That being said, those in space, they will get the scanner buff. As you see here, picking up, the scanner buff allows you to do one very important thing, and that is to find the real Atrax out of all 8. The first CPS wave will happen in space, so here. Once all of the servitors are dead, one Atrax will start glowing yellow. That's telling you that's a true Atrax. So when you find him, tell your teammates, count down. Swords are really good here. Some people use Xeno, but it's weaker, and so on. Once you kill him, you'll get a buff. You see that over my friend's head. Send down the scanner buff as soon as possible so the person down below can then scan and find out where the fake, well, the real Atrax is. So he goes into the door, and then he gets the buff shot off his head. There are 4 real Atrax per phases. You have 3 phases to kill him in, so you have 12 Atrax to kill if you don't want to enrage him, which means you instantly wipe. There is no reason now, after contest is gone, for you to wipe here due to that. So here is my third one. Third Atrax is now down. And then I'm going to send the buff immediately. You see I have the Atrax 1 spore. If that gets down to 0, he'll kill us. So you go into the rooms, shoot it off, run out, the door will seal, and send out that Atrax motherfucker. So, they're now killing the 4th Atrax down below. And then they'll send up the scanner buff as well as the person that has the spore. As you can see there in the machine, scanner buff. No matter where you deposit the buffs, you can pick them up. So don't think that you have to run to the front or back to deposit. If you're right beside machine, that is perfectly okay. It will be accessible everywhere. So the operator is guiding him to one of the airlocks. The airlocks are bottom left, bottom right, left, and right. When I say left and right instead of upper and lower, there's no reason to, because once you come out of the pods, you're ready on that floor. So left, right. You have to go down to go to the bottom ones. So bottom left, bottom right. Each lock has a timer of 45 seconds, but you don't really need to memorize that. Just remember that you have 4 doors. And keep a rotation, and you'll be fine. So since that was one wave, we're now on the second phase, which again means adds, servitors, kill the servitors, you're at DPS. It's a rinse and repeat, and you see how I'm keeping myself safe using the boxes? You don't want to be shot up by Atrax and all the ads, so be safe. Use cover. You don't have to be stupid. So here, I made the window call. 2, 1. Go ham. Take the buff, and then send down scanner. Please excuse my inability to jump. I was up for a very long time doing these runs. Myself and CW were actually sherping a lot of Guardians. So this was at the end of a night of Sherpas. Hell, even this run was a Sherpa run. But you do what you enjoy, right? And that's the point of the game. Have fun the way you want to. When you get Atrax's health down to the last 15%, he will summon all of his copies to the space station. So when I said the operator buff could send down the pods, this is why you needed to do that before this phase. Otherwise, you would not get all your partners up in the space, and it would just be your 3 people. And that's not good for DPS. Having all 6 means you can just congregate straight to the guy and mess him up. Keep in mind, there are 8, so this is where I made a mistake. As the scanner, you need to be in the middle. Otherwise, it takes you too long. And then everybody grouped up and completely ruined his existence. Alright, see you in Europa Falls. Welcome to the third encounter, Europa Falls. The reason why I'm calling it that is because in this encounter, Clovis Bray is trying to nuke Europa. We are here to stop him. But little did he know, Fallen have control, and Tanix Reborn is leading the charge. In this encounter, we're introducing a new buff called the Suppressor. It is a blue buff, so if you see a Vandal with a blue symbol, that's Suppressor. Red for Operator, yellow for Scanner. The Suppressor's job in this encounter is to shoot any of the sides, could be left or right side, depending on what your team wants to do. One of the panels, as you can see to my right there, and one in the middle left, middle right, and far left. If you see one glowing, shoot it once. That will deactivate it, and that will force to shut down that generator. Otherwise, you would get 3 bombs, and that would mean a wipe. The scanner's job, though, in this encounter, is to figure out where you're supposed to deposit the bombs into. There are 4 boxes in the middle of the room, and when you're looking at the scanner, this is from your point of view, not the boss's. L1, L2, R1, R2, from left to right. There'll never be a crisscross callout, so if you have L1, you're not going to have R2. It's never going to go diagonal. It's going to either be both on left, both on right, front, or back. That's it. As for the suppressor buff, please allow me to show you. Once you get the suppressor, you shoot him in 3 locations. There are those drones that you see glowing to open up the boxes. If he is not staggered, those boxes you're depositing into will not be unlocked. So keep that in mind. It is a must. You cannot guess what boxes to deposit into. If you deposit into the wrong one, you will die. If you get the wrong call out, you will die. if you hold that bomb until you have radiation times 10, oh yes, you will die, and then the bomb will be on the ground for 10 seconds, and then if nobody picks it up, you all will die. So learning to move quickly and efficiently is important. After the third stagger from the suppressor team, one of the buffs will be just straight up depleted. So, to get rid of that, put into any of the machines in the room. One's on right, one's on left, one's in middle. So after each stun, ask your teammates who lost their buff. You should have 2 people per team. That way you can actually rotate and make it very smooth. A lot of people panic and freak out, and there's no need for that. This raid is chill. It is calm. The only thing that makes it a panic-inducing raid is you yourself. Don't do that. Be chill about it. Relax. And have fun. So, right now, just killing ads again until the sirens go off to pick up the bombs. We hear the call, and the suppressor does their job. 3 shots, and then deposit. So from each drone, you can either do from left to right. So top left drone to middle drone to top right drone, or top right, middle to top left. Never start from the middle, otherwise you're going to get yourself in some serious trouble. Because going from middle to left and then far right is not worth. So let's show you real quick how a suppressor job works. You go underneath the drone and look at Tanix Reborn. So shoot him once, move, shoot him again, move, and then at the very last one, shoot him one more time to stagger him, which will unlock the bombs, deposit locations. And then you rinse repeat. And as you saw, my buff was deactivated, had to put back in the machine, and then my partner, which in this case was a little Asian dude, would then pick it up, and then he would be suppressor, and I would be back to picking up bombs. So you have to have rotation, you have to know who your partner is, and you have to move accordingly. And you see how quick that swap was. There's no need to freak out after the fact when the sirens are going off. You have time. And you can actually speed up the encounter by killing quickly because it is based on the ad waves. Now we just chill and wait. Deposit, deposit. And we have to do one more deposit. Once you see flames on the window, it means 2 deposits to go, and you're free. Because basically at this point, it means the space station is hurling down to Europa, and death is coming. But I mean, gotta love our Guardians. We've gone through so much, and yet somehow we're affected by radiation now. You gotta question that part, but I mean, it's what it is. So at this point, since all of them have been deposited, close saying that we're clever, and this will come back to haunt us later. You basically run for your life. If you're slow, Tanix will block your way, and you will not make it to the actual safety room. The safety room door is on a timer, so if you're slow, it will close on you and you will die. So if you're behind, you're giving up some friends. And if people are dead before this part, it's even more of a problem. As you can see here, one of my friends, Otter, decided to kill himself and basically send his girlfriend to kill me later. I didn't do it, Awesome. I didn't do it.
He made that choice himself. I promise. What do you mean? What did I do to Otter?
Anyways, once you crash, you'll be limping, crawl towards the chest to end the encounter. See you in the final encounter. Tanix the Abomination. Welcome to the final encounter of this raid. Tanix the Abomination. In this encounter, the scanner job is not changing, but Suppressor and Operator are. Operator's job in this case is to shoot a detainment bubble that will happen when you pick up bombs. The bombs are on the jetpacks of Tanix's shank body. When he's going for the wipe mechanic, just shoot the left and right packs to spawn them. In terms of the actual deposits, the moment from you come out spawn, go to the left side. You'll see number 1, 2, go to blue for 3 and 4, and red for 5 and then 6. It goes in a clockwise orientation, or in a giant C. In each zone, there will be 3 zones, so wherever the Tanix boss goes, that's where Suppressor buff guy needs to be. The scanner team, they will call out the 2 boxes for deposits. They will never be where the boss is. Scanner team will always take the lowest call out, and the mixed team, which will be 1/2 Suppressor team, 1/2 Operator team, will take the higher of the call out. Because 1 Operator will be doing detainment bubbles, and 1 the Suppressor will be taking care of suppressing. When it comes to suppressing, though, it's not as simple as just shooting him 3 times quickly. Shoot him twice, and then at the 3rd one, wait. The reason why is because he's detaining people, and if he shoots that last bubble, and somehow you lose the buff of Operator, you won't be able to free your friends. So you wait for the 2nd detainment bubble, then do stun. So call out stun the moment the 2nd detainment bubble has been shot. That way it's safe and everybody is secure. As you see, he's coming over to red side. We already had our call. 1 Izanagi charge shot is easy to destroy that. See? 1 shot. And you move quick. Detained, the blowing spots are what you shoot as an operator. Shoot anywhere else, it will do nothing. And now you say stun, and then he is stunned. The problem that happened just now is because one person that was carrying one of the bombs told his partner that he was good. You don't do that. You legit just wait until you're around 5, 6, or even 7, and then tell your partner to swap immediately. Do not think you can carry it yourself. It's a bad idea. So as you see here, 1 shot, 2 shot, and now I'm going to chill. I heard the 3rd, and then we're good. Once all 4 bombs are deposited, you're at DPS. Captains hurt like hell regardless of your light, so please, please, if you don't have a bomb, throw a nade down. It actually will help your teammates more than you know, because captains avoid that crap. So be safe. Protect your friends. DPS here can be grenade launches with Izanagi, can be Cloud Strike and Slug, or a double Slug and Anarchy. If you're using Anarchy, make sure you stick the Shank body, not the Tanix Fallen body, to Anarchy and then slug him. Make sure you have one person in your team running Divinity. If somebody does not have Divinity, please let them go into GOS because Divinity is actually kind of pog and extremely good for this encounter. With the right setup, you can actually take out 3/4 of his health easy. And I mean very easily. So go back to your zones, clear ads again, and you'll be good to go for the next phase. You have 3 phases in worth of DPS. If you go any longer, you will be wiping. So keep that in mind. So you heard the calls, we move on, and again, shoot the legs, only 2. Yes, I know there's some teams out there that will do 4, but if you're doing Sherpa runs or teams that are not as experienced, it is safer to only do the 2 leg strat. 4 leg is if everybody has optimal weapons and are able to do 1 phase strats. But don't force that on people that don't have weapons. It's not fair to them, because that puts more stress on them than they need. And 2 bomb is very chill. Again, use your time to swap your buffs and to move accordingly. As you can see, captains hurt a lot. 2 swipes were more than enough to bring me down to 1 shot. One stun. And that was the first detainment. And now we wait. Second detain, and then go. And since that was all 4 bombs, we're now on DPS again. Quickly look for ammo and get to your team. Because my buff was gone, I was being safe and put in the machine because I was right beside it. I might be a little bit late, but people still have their DPS. As you can see, he's been stunned. He's almost at final sand, which is him teleporting multiple times. So once that stagger happens, right there, he's gonna start moving. If you follow the trail, you know exactly where he's going. And you see him again teleported. He went to white. Basically, just finish him off. This is why you tell people to make sure they have ammo. Once that's done, that's it. That's all she wrote. Tanix, the Abomination, dead once again. Grab your loot, and hopefully you get Eyes of Tomorrow, guys. If you've already done the raid, you can farm the spoils of conquest and get loot from any of the raid encounters. The only thing that you cannot get is exotic. So if you're trying to get that, you only get 1 chance a week. Good luck, Guardians, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe. Share everything I've got, because I am your demonic AI Shy. Signing off. Love you all.